Okay, hello everybody. Um, my name is Catherine Rodriguez, and I'm the LCP of AIESEC in TEC. Um, I'm gonna use this uh, space to talk about my LC, to talk you a little bit about our reality, um, our weakness, what we are doing right now, what we are planning to do around this whole year, for you to know what IESEC in Tech needs and what IESEC in Tech is going to do. So, first, what is or who are IESEC in Tech? That's our members. Right now, we are a ALC that has not a lot of pipeline for the past year. Um, we have a lot of news. We are building a, a new LC, if I can say that, because we are growing in different aspects. We are improving our culture, we are improving our education, and also improving our operations. ISEC Tech have three products that it's OGB, IGB, and IGE. OGB is our focus product. Um, since we start this term, we have been doing such a great job. Well, the guys are doing a really, really good job. Um, we are achieving our goals and we are overachieving our goals, in fact. But not all the time it's happening. Well, the past year, we were dropping on OGB, and it's really, really important for us to know that because we need OGB to operate in our LC, and also it is like the focus of the things that we do. We want more ticos to go and take the volunteer experience and to feel the pura vida in another country and to impact and to know the ODS. But the reality is that the the tech students and the people that it's around Cartago, they don't have like the opportunities or they don't have the mindset, not all of them, to go and to take an experience that it's outside of their university environment. So last year and in the past was really, really hard to find out the way how to make a volunteer, how to take an experience part of your journey in your studies and things like that. So right now we are working so hard to find out the way how to improve the value proposition of a volunteer for the students in ISEC in Tech, because they really get interested on practices that are involved of on their careers, and most of them are engineers. So as we know, not in all the countries the opportunities are related to engineering or that are related to education. Well, not like education, but like to the thing that you studied. And one of the nice things of ISEC is that they we give you the chance to do things different from what you are studying. But in fact, the volunteers and the EPs that are interested in ISEC in Tech, for they are the thing that is more important is to have like accomplishment on your CV. So that's one of the important things of the reality in terms of OGB. Also, education. Right now, as I told you, we have a lot of news, so we are focused on give them the best education as we can to teach them the importance of to do a really good sell, It's important to know that, all the customer flow and to be customer obsessed, because at the end what we are doing here is selling experience. And if we sell an experience and that experience is not happening, well, what we are doing is not enough. Then talking about IGB, oh my god, it's a really hard job, um, to be involved in ICX, because the reality is that in Costa Rica the volunteering it's stuff that it's growing so big. And right now there is a lot of NGOs and foundations that are um, given the chance to have the opportunities of volunteer. But it became an opportunity also to have money and to have free volunteers and things like that. So we really need to improve like the limitation of what it becomes a volunteer and experiencing IGV. Um, we have fortunately um, a really nice thing that for me it's the one of the things that I am more proud of my LC, that it's that we are not only working in Cartago, we also are working in, well, in five different provinces of Costa Rica, that it's Punta Arenas, San Jose, eh, Alajuela, Cartago, and I'm missing one, Limon. Yeah. I We know that it is not the typical thing, or is not the healthy healthiest thing, because we operate in Cartago and sometimes it's kind of hard to have a delivery over right now the experience if you if the project is not in your province or in your local space. But one of the nice things that we have is that we really are impacting Costa Rica, and we work with different communities, kids, high schools, nature NGOs, agriculture, organic agriculture farms, and also we're working with empowering girls and people who has some kind of disease or mental illness or Down syndrome, things like that. We have like we are going through AIESEC 2020, and we are growing, but not only growing because we want to do more changes. We are growing because we care about what is going on in Costa Rica and the opportunities that our country needs. But unfortunately, the sustainable of those activities are hard to achieve, because right now we really need more sustainability in IGB, because the experience is really expensive and we don't have enough OGBs to to provide to to give the money for to profit, sorry, to give the money for the exchanges and the expenses, the experience. So one of the challenges is to find out more 10 tickets that can offer money for the experiences. And as I told you, right now in Costa Rica, there is a lot of opportunity for volunteers, and what the NGOs and the foundations think about it's what they gonna receive. And sometimes when we talk about what ISEC and what we are doing around the world, they don't find out that it's not enough. But maybe it's because we need to improve the way we transmit what we are doing, because I think that if all the NGOs and the foundations understand what we are doing at AIESEC, they all of them will be happy to contribute. And then again, we really need education in IGB. The reality is the same, that we have a lot of newbies, and I think that being a newbie is not a weakness, but we know that it's a battle because we need to educate them, and education is fundamental to do the things right and to do the things as we wanted to see the results. So right now, unfortunately, we don't have like the TLs that we need. So my VP's operations have to be on the members, so it limited them to be more to have more strategies, be more operational, and we know that it make the things a little bit slow to lose the focus, but we are right now like trying to find a way how to make the structure of our operation status to work on. And also in terms of completes, we are doing a good job, I think so, because the experience are what we present on expa, and also we don't have like a lot of issues with the NGOs or with the experience that we are given to the EPs. But unfortunately what happened is that not all of the time we establish the importance of to fill the MPS and to have the closings or the leads. So at the end, when IEP ends the experience and they don't feel the MPS, we don't have the fact to say it was a good experience or not. So we really need to work more on that to push them, not only the APs, also the members, as I said, like education, what is important and complete, what matters in terms of experience, in terms of what we are doing and the standards and things like that. And I think is that about IGV. In IGV, the reality is kind of similar in terms of pipeline, in terms of TLs, we don't have enough, and also one thing that involves IGV and IGE, it's the Global Home, that it's a program that in Costa Rica we are doing, but we really need to be focused on what we are on our strategies, because um, we don't have the money to pay the hostel, we don't have the money to pay an apartment and to put all the EPs on there. And also it's not the experience that we are selling. We are really proud of the global home and the experience that it can provide to the EP, but unfortunately we do it late, like 1 month before the experience, or when the EPs are actually on the peak, we're starting to look for the global home. And it's because it's not a national focus, or it's because we don't have the skills or we don't have the strategy. And in terms of IGE, it's more hard because it's just not only 4 weeks or 6 weeks, it's 12 weeks. And when we talk about be part of Global Home, and we said that this EP came to Costa Rica to work and to have a internship, and the family says, so why don't you pay for the accommodations? It's hard to make them realize the importance of the Global Home, and that it's a topic that I wanted to put it in IGB and IGE. And then in terms of IGE, we really need to grow more on the opens that we have, um, in terms of entrepreneurs and pymes, because actually in Costa Rica, and it's one of the coolest things of our country, is that entrepreneurs and pymes are growing every day. We are a small country, but we have such as amazing ideas, projects. So we do really need those payments to make it happen, and also we need um, trainees to make those things possible. And I don't know if I'm forgetting something about operations. Maybe if I keep talking, I will remember something. But then, talking about financial stuff, we need more education. We right now are working so hard to have a clear and transparency sí, of what is happening in terms of our financial model, in terms of running, for the members to know what is the importance of achieve our goals, and not is just only to have money and put it on the bank. It is because we want to invest on you. So we are trying and doing the best we can to transmit that to the members. We have some issues in terms of cash flow and the payment of the tenant takers, talking about IG. So that it's part also of the education, the important to have a good communication with the tenant takers, the important to have a clarity of the process that we need to do with the contracts and with the financial stuff. And then also it's really important for us that the members understand that at the end it's not always uh, about growing and invest on the things that we have to pay. At the end it's that we are doing all those things because we want to invest and to live the LC better than we find out. And if we don't understand the importance of doing operations and doing numbers and things like that, we can do it because we can really know how to administrate money, but if we don't have it, so we are not doing anything. And then talking about people, talking about PM, well, that is one of our biggest battles right now because, as I told you, we have a lot of newbies and we are pushing so much our culture and also our identity. Right now, we are Wolf Tech, and we are working so much to to um to make believe our members that they are part of our pack. We are EV pack and we are Wolf Tech because we believe that we are part of a pack. We are part of a team, and also we want to transcend on the things that we are doing right now because at the end we want to be a legend. We want to be the legend of AIESEC in Tech, that in 10 years people will see us as part of the generation that make AIESEC in Tech bigger and grow, and we can do it alone. That's why we said that we are one team, we are achieving one goal, we are AIESEC in Tech. And how can we do that? It is basic that we have a really good board. The board of leaders for us is really important. We have a really good culture to involucrate them on the decision that we take, on the education we want um, to send to our members. And for us, the board of leaders is really really important because at the end they are the ones who are gonna stay in the LC, and also to have a really good communication with our members. For us it's essential right now that we want to do to make them believe that what they are doing in AIESEC is not only in AIESEC, is in your life, and that we are here because AIESEC need us and we need AIESEC, because right now what we are doing is important in, not only in this moment, it's going to be essential for the future generations. And how can we do that? Like every time that we are doing stuff, do it with a purpose, and do it with love, and do it with passion. And we also try to make a twist or a combination with our national culture, that is the Pura Vida movement, but the reality is that it's hard to work not only in your culture, also to work in the national culture, and to make them believe that at the end it's the same thing, because we are just one ISEC in Costa Rica. But right now is one of the most difficult things that we are trying to uh, complete. And what else? Well, I think those are the facts that are right now in my mind. I don't know if the people who are on the chat have any questions, so I'm gonna leave like 5 minutes if you have any questions about a second take or entity or what is happening right now. So if you have any question, just let me know on the chat. Well, I'm not sure if you can really do questions. Sorry for that. But at the end, well, if you have any questions, you can text me or text any of my BP members or my LC members. At the end, we are here to work for one eye second text. So any output that me or any or what my members can give you, I think is really important. And that's part of the reality that I wanted to show you about AIESEC in tech. If you want to check about something else or something was not clear, um, you can check with me. If you don't have my contact, you can talk with Jennifer or Jandine. And thank you so much for the time. And I hope you the best in the process. Enjoy it and have a good afternoon. Goodbye.